If you go to this weekend's Homebrew Con, you'll meet homebrewers like Bryon Adams. And let me tell you, his basement looks like a mad scientist laboratory of homebrewing. I can report that the results are delicious. That story is coming up.
You're waking up to the Fox 9 Morning News.
And so glad you are on this Monday morning. The time now, 6:45. The eyes of the homebrewing world will be on Minneapolis this weekend when Homebrew Con takes over our convention center.
Some 3,000 beer lovers and makers from all over the country are coming for 3 days of seminars and camaraderie. And M.A. Rosko shows us the idea is to bring your own brews for sampling too. Check it out.
Deep in a Brooklyn Park basement, it's not a man cave, or rather, maybe it's a man cave for the ultimate beer lover and home brewer. Bryon Adams joins me now. He's one of about 2,500 home brewers who will be attending and competing at the Homebrew Con that's coming up. So, by homebrew standards, this is pretty elaborate.
Yeah. Yep.
What is this system called?
This is the Brutus 10. It's a single-tiered infusion system. It's run by pumps and temperature controllers, and I like it because I'm inside. I don't like being cold, so I built this because I don't like to brew outside in the winter.
And you've been doing this a long time.
Right. I've been doing this since about 1993, learning the craft, the hobby, learning mistakes, how to fix them, joining beer clubs, and just playing around with kits.
One of the ways you got accomplished at doing this is by becoming a beer judge.
Yes.
And at first you didn't think there was such a thing?
No. Someone at the beer store said, you guys should be beer judges, and we didn't believe them. We looked online, found the class, and a few months later we were in the class learning how to fix what we were screwing up, and what were off flavors, what were good flavors, and became beer geeks.
You're a science teacher,
Yep.
a middle school science teacher.
Yep.
Does the science of brewing appeal to you, or is it just the final product?
Well, my background is physics, so I wasn't into chemistry, and now I'm kind of into chemistry, learning the pH of beer, what's going on with the process of converting starch to sugar. So yeah, this is kind of a big chemistry lab.
Somebody who spends a lot of time making beer in their basement, and by the way, this sweet stout, delicious.
Thank you.
You need somewhere to store it. So to that end,
So I built this huge refrigeration system. In it, I can store, I don't even know, about 12 kegs in here.
I have a feeling the guys want to come over to your house a lot, and the gals.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they come over and I just open it up, drink what you want. So.
Can I be your friend too?
Sure, come anytime.
Now down here I see your Belgian ale. You'll be taking that to Homebrew Con.
Right, we're taking that to club night as one of the nights of the week, and we're sharing our beers, matched up with another homebrew club.
Now mead made from fermented honey isn't something you find out at restaurants very often. It is still the province of homebrewers, and we'll find it at Homebrew Con. What are some of the characteristics of mead?
It really depends on the honey. So there's different types of honey, different characteristics, even by region, and basically it's just fermented honey.
And since honey's all sugar, it's very, very strong.
It is.
Okay,
this might
so
be up and around 18 to 20%.
Well, hello, Mother.
Yeah.
Yes, 18 to 20%. Very nice. Well, enjoy Homebrew Con, and remember, if you have questions about it, there's always fun people who are happy to share their knowledge, and sometimes their beer. Back to you.
Cheers.
Cheers, indeed.
Well, there's still more to come on the Fox 9 Morning News. We're checking in with M.A. Rosko.
She's taking us to the convention center for a preview of the Homebrew Con. M.A.
No, it's not jambalaya, but the pot is big enough. It's something much, much better, a hazy pale ale that we are brewing at home. I'm M.A. Rosko. We'll have a preview of the Homebrewers Conference in Minneapolis coming up.
Welcome back to the Fox 9 Morning News.
Welcome back. So, if you visit a local brewery this weekend, you might rub shoulders with folks in town for Homebrew Con.
It's a big deal. The National Conference of Home Brewers expected to draw about 3,000 people to Minneapolis and the Convention Center over about 3 days. M.A. Rosko has a preview.
I'm going to go ahead and add the Amarillo hops to the boil. We are home brewing some hazy IPA in honor of Homebrew Con that is coming to the Minneapolis Convention Center. I'm joined by Chip Walton, who is a beer lover, a former co-worker, and a member of the American Homebrew Association.
That's right.
More and more people are doing exactly what we are doing right here. Minnesota has always had a healthy homebrewers culture and family. What drives it?
I think what drives it more than anything, especially lately here, is just interest in craft beer overall. It's this kind of cycle that homebrewers become craft brewers, craft beer nerds then become homebrewers, and may or may not become a craft brewer as well. But so there's just this huge burst in interesting beers, interesting ingredients here locally. We also have access to wonderful high quality hops, malts. We got a lot of good stores, and then the internet, honestly. 20 years ago, you really had to go out, meet people, read a couple books, get a magazine subscription. The resources right now between the internet, web shows,
like yours?
Like ours. I wasn't going to name drop, but Chop and Brew. Forums. It's just, you know, the internet is kind of the way that a lot of people are getting their information. But then things like Homebrew Con is where kind of everybody brings that community together, whether it's for the competition, whether it's just for the super fun Halloween-like club night on Friday. It's just kind of a big party, but a lot more education.
With more than 50 seminars to choose from, Homebrew Con is really for any kind of home brewer. It could be for the advanced, experienced person like Bryon Adams, whose setup, you sound jealous of his setup, Chip Walton.
It's a little elaborate, right?
It's kind of a big deal.
It is.
But you could also be a novice and go to Homebrew Con and learn the basic steps. For instance, you could start homebrewing with just what we see here.
Right, what we have kind of laid out here, this is the most basic starter. I mean, so you don't have to have an outdoor burner or a basement elaborative factory. You can just have a boil kettle and a stove. And then the basics are, you know, something to ferment it in. So we have either plastic buckets or glass carboys. Depending what you're making, you might use both. And then after fermentation, it's really about bottling it or kegging it. But most people start in bottles. So you got capper, bottles, cap and cappers. And then, you know, things like this, cool tricks and tools for moving the beer from one place to another and then finally to a glass. Here we have hops in both pellet, wholly form, grain, but this is kind of the beginner method as well. That is extract, that is basically malt already boiled down for you to use as an ingredient in a beer.
Well, I've been a home brewer for all of 5 minutes, and that makes me a little bit dangerous. I'm going to drop some knowledge on you. One thing you should do if you're a beginner, follow the recipe.
At least a couple of times.
Yeah, and then branch out on your own.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I learned, sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. It keeps the off flavors out. Did I do okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers. Back to you. And cheers to all you home brewers.
It's good to see Chip again.
Yes, he used to work here
He's
on our
a
morning
producer.
show. Yeah.